Alright, now on to the next rider, and this is weird. Like, for some reason, my nether portal spawned me right, like, here. Clear somewhere completely different. Instead of just taking me back to where I started. And also spawned 2 for some reason. I don't know why that happened. But anyway, let's play some games with Kamen Rider Ex-Aid. And that is why you don't play random video game cabinets in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, let's move on to Kamen Rider Ex-Aid and try not to fall into the abyss of deletion. Because if I fall into the abyss of deletion, I will have to start this entire thing over again because I will be back at the very start. We don't want that to happen. But here we have Bugster Virus Ore, which is used to craft everything in this mod. A small suggestion to the mod maker before I get into anything, because the Bugster Virus mooks are actually in the game. If I can find them here. I thought they were. Where'd I put them? I misplaced the mooks. But we do have Bugster Virus Foot Soldiers. So what I'm thinking is maybe make these have a chance to be like the silverfish spawn eggs. And basically there can be fake ones that if you use them you will, you know, if you mine them up it will spawn a Bugster Virus mook. That might actually be kind of cool. Where did you go? And they also drop the blank gashettes, which are used to craft everything in this mod. I'll keep that on me, because first we're going to look at Ex-Aid himself. And this is craftable. You use the blank gashettes to craft everything as you would expect. And those either drop from the ore or from the Bugster Virus mooks. So anyway, let's hinshin into Kamen Rider Ex-Aid, who is a weird rider, but he's one of my favorite riders because of the storyline and the character himself. But Henshin. And we have Kamen Rider Ex-Aid, and I do actually need his gashet for this. Where is it? We actually do need the Mighty Action X gashet to show this off. He does actually have his Chibi mode, his level 1 Chibi mode, which technically speaking he should probably start in, but I'm not gonna nitpick. It looks cool. And it's kind of cool it's in this mod, and it's kind of cool that if I take this helmet off, nothing happens. Huh. I thought I'd take that off and show my tiny head, but anyway. But yeah, you can go back and forth between the Chibi mode and the level 1 form. Huh, that's weird. This doesn't work like the others do. Oh well. Anyway, that's, you know, Ex-Aid's base form. He looks just like he does in a show, including in this form having a giant upside-down face, a giant face on his back. But that's how he looks in the show, so that's how he looks here. But let's take a look. Well, we do have his Gashikon Breaker, which does 9 attack damage. There's no potion effects yet, but the weapons do have unique values, so that's cool. But let's take a look at his gashet, starting with Gekitot Robots. I'm going to say the proto ones for another rider that they make more sense for. Juju Obaga, Mighty Brothers Double X, Maximum Mighty, and Hyper Muteki. But anyway, let's see. It's Dai Henshin to go into this. I think it's Dai Henshin into his Robot Gamer level 3 form, who does have this one big bash stuff up on, which is ironically not the one you punch with. But that has to go with the in-show design, so kind of weird there. But yeah, pretty cool. I imagine this is going to have a strength buff when it is complete. But next we have Juju Burger level 4, who does look pretty cool, and yes, he does have ketchup and mustard shooters on his arms. This one will probably have a big speed buff because that's kind of the thing it did in the show, or at least that's what I feel like it should have. But anyway, we have next up Mighty Brothers Double X, which does turn you into level 10, which does have the, what do you call it, the Heterochromia, I think is what you call this. But yep, he is in this, and he does look pretty cool. But if we right-click again, we get a huge lag spike for no apparent reason. But we get it to turn into the right, I think this is the right half and the left half. So pretty much, there's not like you getting a double or anything. But you can choose either one. If you're playing on a server, you can use both as a team, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, next up is Maximum Mighty X, which is kind of cool. And this is also where, oh wait, I actually missed something. I need to show off the Gashikon Key Slasher, which this is crafted as you would expect, and this is crafted as you expect, and does 18 attack damage. But if I turn into this one, as you can see, he does have his Gashikon Key Slasher, which does have its gun mode and everything, so it's pretty cool. I like that it's in there. One small suggestion I have is perhaps have this kind of work as sort of an Omni-tool sort of thing. Well, not Omni-tool, but that you could use this and perhaps use as an axe, because that is one of its functions. And another idea that I have for this, actually I think the hammer mode is in. Yes, the hammer mode is in, and the only real difference between the way you craft it is, if I get off that so I can actually show you, you put that down there for one, and that there for another. Now, the breaker in hammer mode does less damage. One suggestion I have for that is perhaps make it so it can be used as a mining tool. Because there's not really any mining tools in this mod, and well, hammers can be used for mining. So, just a small suggestion on my part. Anyway, now we go back to Maximum Mighty X, which will probably be pretty dang overpowered. One thing that's kind of cool is it does have that bulky look of being like in a big bulky suit, which I do like. Last we have Hyper Muteki, which is one of my favorite super modes. Like, this is one of my favorite super modes we've had for some time, and again, no potion effects. But it does look really cool, and I do like it. So, I'm not sure how this will probably have a speed buff or something. But I'm saying these because the mod creator does like getting suggestions for like buffs and stuff, so I'm deciding to give them here, because that's the point of making a mod showcase video. But anyway, now we do have these, which I think I'm going to show last. But we do have down here, Ex-Aid's movie forms, I think is what you would call these. Or special forms, movie forms, which is Pack Adventure, Proto Batso Bike Kombi Fukusu version, which is from the Hyper Battle DVD, and Mighty Creator VFX. Pack Adventure, I think it's from the movie, or it's from one of the online things. Why am I not able to... I think I have to transform back. Okay, that's not good. I can't seem to switch out of Hyper Muteki. Okay, there. Can I switch out now? That's not good. I can't seem to... Okay, there we go. I could not switch out of those forms for some reason. Anyway, Pack Adventure, which is a repaint of Gekito's robots. But it does look cool, and it does have different gloves. So you kind of got Pac-Man's, boxing gloves, which is kind of cool. Let's see, the Proto Boxer Bike thing, which is his level 0 form. Which, suggestion for this and the other level 0 forms, perhaps have them be able to somehow inflict weakness on, opposing enemies. Because that is one of their big things in the show, is that they could weaken Bucksters by touching them. So that could be a cool way to incorporate that. But yeah, pretty cool. And does incorporate some of Laser's design, which you haven't seen Laser, so you wouldn't know that. Lastly, Mighty Creator VFX, which is his movie form. Which, this one has some crazy powers from what we've seen in the trailer, so this one might actually be hard to actually replicate in any believable fashion. But he does look cool, and I do like sort of the trench coat look to him. And just some of the things he can do in the show are kind of awesome. But anyway, that's all for Ex-Aid himself, at least at the moment. There will be more to show off later. But next up, we have Kamen Rider Brave, who is one of my favorite riders as well, because he's just a cool design. I love Brave's design. But we do have all of his. I'm once again saving the proto ones for a more fitting rider down the line. I just put them there to put them there, so they'd have somewhere to go. And lastly, we have Tattle Legacy. Now, of course, to craft his, you need the Tattle Quest Gashat, and you do have both versions of his sword, the Gashikon sword. But anyway, what does he say, actually? I forget what he says. But anyway, Henshin, he says something specific. But we do have Kamen Rider Brave, who is pretty dang cool, and I do like his design. And of course, you do have his chibi form, so that is also a plus. But he does get his Kashkan sword. I imagine this is probably going to inflict fire damage when effects are added. One small suggestion is maybe make this be able to somehow inflict slowness, if that is all possible, because this is the iced version of it. And of course, to craft it, just like with the Kashkan Breaker, it's where you put the Tattle Quest Gashat that decides what it does. But anyway, next up we have Do Re Mi Fa Beat, which is again a cool form. I do like that he has the DJ turntable on his arm. And I do like this form. This is one of my favorite forms. One, it looks aesthetically pleasing, and two, it's cool that he kind of has that rhythm game where if he punches you in rhythm with the music, he gets a power-up. That's just kind of awesome. One small suggestion that I'm not entirely sure would be possible or not. Perhaps have this guy somehow something to do with with music discs. Because those are already in Minecraft, so maybe there's something that could be done there. I'm not sure what, but it's just something that comes to mind with this particular form. Anyway, we have Night of Safari next, which does look cool. It's a repaint of another form that we haven't shown yet, the Dragonite Hunter. But it is a pretty cool form. I do like it. And it was in the Brave spin-off little featurette thing. But anyway, next we have Tattle Fantasy, which is one of my favorite forms. I love Tattle Fantasy. Tattle Fantasy is just an awesome form. And I like the abilities that he has. Also, I'm going to turn it on peaceful because I think that mob spawning are causing some lag. But anyway, I do like Tattle Fantasy. It's just really cool. I'm not sure how you could incorporate some of the effects it has in the show into this. But lastly, we have Tattle Legacy, which, while I don't like as good as I like Tattle Fantasy, is pretty cool. And in the show, it was more powerful. Like, Tattle Fantasy is pretty dang cool, and I do like them both, but I think Legacy has some better function to it because one's a level 100. So this is probably it should probably be a little stronger than some of the others. Like, stat-wise, it's ironically, I think, actually a little lower, but it has some effects that actually make it pretty cool. Effects I don't know how you would replicate because they involve having teammates, but anyway, that's Tattle Legacy. I like Tattle Legacy. Moving on to his exclusive Gashat, which he has one. Because I'm pretty sure both of these are... No, actually I think Zervius. I want to say this is his. I'm going to take it. But we also have the Famista Gashat. Anyway, let's go into a Famista, which is a sport game and a game that actually exists in real life. But yeah, in this form he gains the ability to, I think, shoot baseballs from his shoulder instead of having the turntable thing. But yeah, pretty cool. I like it. And we have Zervius, which I want to say this is his. I don't know if it's his or Snipes, but it does look pretty dang cool, and I do like it. But anyway, moving on. Next up, we have Kamen Rider Snipe, who is crafted the same exact way. But we do get the Snipe Gamer Diver, the Bang Bang Shooting, the Jet Combat Gashat, once again saving the proto version for later, and Bang Bang Simulations. So anyway, Henshin into Kamen Rider Snipe, and we do have his Gashakan Magnum right here, which does 4 damage if you hit someone over the head with it, and does use the Bang Bang Shooting Gashat as you would expect. But yeah, the Gashakan Magnum, pretty cool. At the moment, its rifle version is not included, probably will be eventually. But Snipe does have one of my favorite designs. I know I said that a lot about the Ex-Aid Riders, but they do have some of my favorite designs. And of course, he does have his chibi mode, which is awesome. I do like the chibi modes. But we do have a Jet Combat, which does look pretty cool. I do like Jet Combat. I like that its Henshin theme is actually very similar to the Jetman opening, which is kind of awesome. Next up we have Bang Bang Simulations, which I got a lag spike there. But Bang Bang Simulation's awesome. This is just an awesome form. Like, his entire thing is being covered in guns. His entire thing's being covered in guns. I think he has guns on his fist right there, you can't see. So I just love this form because it's just shoot all of the things. Shoot everything. I have like 50 guns on me. So yeah, I think between it and Tattle Fantasy, I think I prefer Bang Bang Simulations. But anyway, we have the Galaxon Gachette, and I'm gonna do Zervius, even though I'm pretty sure that was Braves. But anyway, Hinshin, I think this is a level 4 form. He doesn't actually have a level 4 form, which is weird. But this is like a repaint of the Jet Combat. This is a repaint of Jet Combat. I think he does have the... No, actually it's not. Maybe I got these mixed up and this was the one that Brave got. But anyway, it's in here. And we do have... Sorry, we're getting lag spikes. I'm going to have to reset, which is fine, because I'm going to have to end this episode soon anyway. But next we... Okay, yeah, I did get them mixed up. This was the one that went to Snipe. But anyway, looks pretty cool, and does have wings on the back, like Jet Combat does, which I did not show you, and I should. There we go. Yeah, he does have wings on the back. Okay, the lag's getting... Okay, the lag's getting bad now, and I've actually gone to about 30 minutes, so I'm going to end this episode here. We're going to pick up next time with the second half of Ex-Aid, and I'm having to take pauses here because it keeps lagging. So, see you guys next time. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And hit that bell to get notifications when I post another video. See you guys next time. Bye! I still don't have a catchphrase.